Hello, my name is Elfie, and thank you for being here. Today we are going to talk about why is the spiritual journey so fucking lonely? It fucking sucks, doesn't it? I know. So, let's get into it. The reason why the spiritual journey is so lonely is because the spirit, the divine, the source, whatever you want to call it, is preparing you for your highest and greatest good. It is preparing you for your highest potential, for you to become your highest self. And you cannot do that if you were surrounded by a lot of people and a lot of things, because what happens is they become distractions, they become noises in your ears, they become programs, they become influences on you, and a lot of the time not good ones. And so the reason that you need to be alone so much on the spiritual journey is so that you can get crystal clear in your purpose, crystal clear in your alignment, and crystal clear in your strength and in your truth. And how we build up that strength is by being alone. Literally the opposite of what the world is telling us all the time. These are the things that make us big and strong on the spiritual journey. A lot of people, as you know, cannot sit with themselves. And if you cannot sit with yourself, then you cannot sit with life. You will struggle with life, and you will struggle to feel connected if you cannot be still and if you cannot sit with yourself. And I've done a whole video on this a long time ago now. I think it was called The Number One Most Important Thing on the Spiritual Journey to Cultivate on the Spiritual Journey. You can find that video somewhere on my profile. We need to be alone on the spiritual journey because that is how we get clear on who we are. We need to be alone because that is how we get strong. That is how we become sovereign, how we become independent. When we start to question things. Now, I've done a whole video on how to be sovereign. That video is called How to Stop Being Codependent and Reclaim Your Power. We are meant to be alone for a period of time on this spiritual journey so that we start to harness our power. We start to become strong in our gifts, strong in our intuition and our abilities. We cannot hear our intuition if we are around other people. Too many influences, too many distractions, too much noise, too much loudness. Now, if you are like me and you are highly, highly sensitive, maybe you're at the point where you're like, I'm so alone, but also I value my peace so much. I value my peace so much. I don't know if I'm ever going to hang around people ever again. And to that, I would say that's okay, and just allow what to be to just be right now and trust where you're being led. I myself never saw myself being social ever again. I was alone for that long. But then one day the divine told me, Elfie, it's time for you to start making human friends. Because most of my friends are right here, the trees and the birds, and they never cause me any challenges or harm, or they're so easy to get along with, and they're so beautiful because they don't have their shit, they don't have their wounds and their projections like a lot of humans do, which we can have compassion on some level, and then on the other level We have to, practice the art of attachment and letting go and not, taking everything on, because that becomes extremely draining. So it's really important to be alone on your spiritual journey, because that is how you start to hear your own intuition. That is how you start to harness your gifts and your spiritual powers and abilities, which are super natural. It's natural to be sensitive. It is natural to have six senses and to be able to be connected to all things. It's super natural. Notice how that word, once again, has been flipped on its head. That's what society likes to do. But a lot of the times, it is hidden in plain sight. So the reason why you're alone on your journey is because Source, the divine, wants to make you strong. It wants to make you sovereign on your journey. It is preparing you for your highest timeline. It is preparing you for your dream life. And it's preparing you for your highest good. It's preparing you to be your highest self. And you can't do that around other people, because we all know what happens when you're around other people. They pull you into their story, pull you into their wounding. They start the projections and the deflections and all the bullshit and the noise. And it gets very draining very fast. And when you're alone, you start to know yourself. What do I like? What do I don't like? What do I need to change about myself that is going to best serve me? Maybe I need to start implementing some real boundaries in my life. And I've done a whole video on that as well, just for you. Maybe I need to start moving my body. Maybe I need to start to rest more. Maybe I need to start expressing myself with my voice or my creativity. Maybe I need to get out of the house. This is not me having a go at you. This is me sharing things that may inspire you of things that you may need to do. Things that you may learn about yourself when you're alone. When you're alone, what do you want to do? And don't say, I want to go on my phone, I want to go on social media, because that is the whole reason why you're alone. Journal. If you're not clear, start to journal. You don't know what to write, just write. It will come out. Read. Listen to music. Dance. Spend time with the beautiful Gaia, who will heal your nervous system, and it will teach you that you are safe and you are sovereign. The greatest mother and greatest teacher we have is right here. So I know it's difficult, and I'm sorry if you're experiencing pain being alone, but know it's for your highest and greatest good, and know that it does not last forever. Yes, for some of us it does last years, and for me it was years. For some of you it may be longer, for some of you it may not be that long. But trust where you are being led. Trust it is for your highest and greatest good, always. Even if you can't see it right now, and even if you don't know right now why that is. When we are alone, we can start to hear. We can start to listen and hear the guidance that is for us. We can start to hear our own voice and our own truth and our own intuition. What is my heart saying right now? Cannot hear that at all if you're in a room full of people. No way. Even if you're the most, whoever, And all the people who have been on their journey, who are still on the journey, and those of us that are guiding, like I am right now to you, we all know that being alone on the spiritual journey is paramount. It is necessary. It is crucial. You cannot skip this step. I don't care who you are. If you try to skip this step, you are not going to get where you want to be. And you're going to go nowhere fast because you're going to go back in a circle. And you're not going to choose yourself if you can't be alone. When you are alone, you start to choose yourself. And you stop doing what everyone else is doing. It's time for you to be Batman in your life, not Robin. Now, in saying that, I don't like Batman. I'd rather say Spider-Man because he's cool. But in this analogy that I use, I like to use Batman and Robin because it is a great example. And what I mean by that is choosing yourself, being Batman. Batman is the lead in the story. He's the main character. The whole story revolves around Batman. Who's Robin? Robin is his sidekick. Robin follows him along on his journey and does whatever Batman wants to do to support Batman. You've been Robin too much in your life. You were supporting everyone else on their journey. You were following them along. And before you know it, you're living their life. You look at the time, the whole day is gone. You haven't done anything that you've wanted to do. Because you have been Robin and not Batman. So that's why I'm telling you, you need to be alone on your journey for your highest and greatest good. Because it is going to help you to be able to understand yourself. It's going to help you to be able to listen and to be still. And the most amazing thing about being alone is that you start to feel connected to all things. The biggest agenda behind all discordance in the world is separation. It's behind every single thing that we see that is toxic in this world is separation. So to feel connected, we have to be still and we have to be alone. When we are alone and we've made peace with being alone, then we will feel connected to all things and we will remember that we are connected to all things. Like this stick, you're connected to it. And when you see that you're connected to all things, why would you want to hurt anything that is you? This is me as well. So why would I want to hurt this if it's me? Why would I want to hurt that animal over there when that's me as well? To be alone is to truly understand life. And if you've made peace with being alone, you were more than halfway there. So I hope this gives you a little bit of light or a little bit of glimmer in understanding why it's so important for you to be alone on your spiritual journey and why it's necessary. So next time you are struggling with being alone on this journey, remember that it is for your highest and greatest good and try to make peace with it. fill up that alone time with things that bring you peace and joy and happiness. Go on a beautiful bushwalk. Go create some art. Go listen to some music. Have a dance party in your room. You know? You are going to spend the most time with yourself than any other person on this planet for your whole journey. So you might as well start to enjoy your time alone. And if you're not enjoying your time alone and you're feeling still really disconnected from all things, then you need to meditate. It is the number one tool out of all the tools in the whole entire world on your spiritual journey. It is free. You can do it anywhere, even at work. You could be sitting at your desk. You can close your eyes for 1 minute and meditate. Nobody's gonna know. How would they know? They're gonna know. They're not gonna know. And if they do know, you can just be like, I was meditating. Or I was resting, you know, whatever. So know that being alone on your spiritual journey is not a bad thing. Even though it is difficult, it's for your highest and greatest good, and it is a crucial part on the journey in understanding yourself and becoming one with all things. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have anything you'd like to share, please leave a comment down below. We would love to support you in this community. Please follow along this channel for more videos like this. It really helps my channel grow. I would love to keep creating videos for you guys. And share this video with a friend if you know that they're also struggling to be alone on their spiritual journey. I hope to see you next time. Bye.